But yeah, we'll move on to our next story.
So our next story is private sector companies in the UAE can be fined 42,000 dirhams for not meeting Emiratisation targets. Wow.
That's lump sum.
Ouch. If you don't know what the Emiratisation initiative is, it is basically a federal law designed to raise the employment of Emiratis by 2% annually. This applies to private sector companies that have 50 employees or more. The ultimate goal is to reach a 10% Emiratisation rate by the end of 2026. To achieve this, the annual target has been divided into two parts, with 1% required in the first 6 months of the year and the other 1% in the second half. The companies have been given a deadline of June 30, 2023, which is next month, to meet the semi-annual Emiratisation targets according to the Ministry of Human Resources and Emiratisation.
So the ministry has set a goal of 1% Emiratisation of skilled jobs for companies with 50 employees or more. And this requirement is an increase from the previous target of 2% Emiratis in skilled roles by the end of 2022. And non-compliant companies will face fines of 42,000 dirhams, like Ali said, for each Emirati employee they fail to hire.
The fines are calculated, still 42,000. The fines are calculated at 7,000 dirhams per month for 2023, with an increase of 1,000 dirhams annually until 2026. The aim is to encourage companies to take immediate action and increase the employment of Emiratis in skilled positions. Companies that have not met their targets are encouraged to register on the Nafis platform, which provides access to a database of Emirati job seekers.
Exactly. So MOHRE has been actively enforcing compliance with Emiratisation targets. In January of this year, fines amounting to 400 million dirhams were issued against private companies that failed to meet the Emiratisation targets for 2022. Each company was fined 72,000 dirhams for each Emirati employee they did not hire. As the deadline draws near, private sector companies in the UAE must prioritize their efforts to meet the Emiratisation targets set by MOHRE. So we are on a time crunch here.
Yeah.
You know, like the time is ticking, the D-Day is coming, and companies just have to gear up and, you know, just vamp up their recruitment process.
I think it makes sense. Like you're in the UAE, at least one Emirati should be in your company. So it's a great initiative by the UAE, and it opens so many doors for Emiratis.
Of course, and it's only normal that the country looks after its citizens first.
100%.
And with so many international companies coming in and globalization and all of that, it's just like a step that the UAE has to take to ensure its people's futures are safeguarded and the economy is, like, you know, just running smoothly.
It's not only that, it's to educate or to progress or to level up the standard of work, you know. So it might be different for Emiratis when they go into a private sector. They can learn a lot, you know.
True.
It's very different, very different. So it's a very positive thing.
It definitely is. And also, as much as companies should be doing this without fines being imposed, now it's just like you have that, you have that imposed on you. So it's like you don't have a choice.
Yes.
Like you have to get Emiratisation, you have to run behind it and jump on the bandwagon. If not, the fines are massive. Like hefty penalties.
Well, they did give you ample time, so start recruiting.
They've really been saying this since the beginning of 2022. Like there will be fines imposed. We will be taking actions against companies who fail to meet the targets.
Yeah, so you had an entire, let's say, year and a half, like to plan and get it sorted, and at least get one employee. So
exactly, true that. Now this story, the next one, it's so interesting.